Hello, my name is Antonio. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make a very simple bread. The recipe is from Vittorio from vivalfocaccia.com. Super easy. I'm gonna be using the starter as a yeast, even also called natural yeast. I will have some videos about the starter, so if you have it, good. If not, we'll talk about it in another video. But let's get started. Okay, we have here 300 grams of water, regular water. There you go. And I'm going to dissolve in water 250 grams of natural yeast or starter, already fresh. There you go. Okay. I'm really stir it to dissolve it. I'll take a couple of minutes or 1 minute to dissolve it. There you go. The yeast is dissolved. Yes. Okay, and I'm gonna start adding the flour. So I have here 600 grams of flour. I put 300 grams of bread flour and 300 grams of whole wheat flour. I like whole wheat. You can do it with just bread flour, or you can do any mix you want. Just experiment with it. So about half of it. There you go. I'm going to attach it to the machine and start kneading. There you go. In the meantime, the flour remaining, add 12 grams of salt. Oops. I like to put some seeds, either sunflower seed or this one that now I don't remember the name, but they're good. There you go. And mix it all together. After a couple of minutes that the machine is working, we can add the rest of the flour. Okay, after a couple of minutes, we are ready to get our flour in. Oops. After all the flour is in, we're going to let it knead for about 12-15 minutes. Okay, this is how it looks after about 5 minutes. Okay, our bread is ready now, and it's time to get it out of the bowl. This. Now let me move this out of the way. Okay. Perfect. Add some flour. We're gonna work it a little bit with our hands. Just for a second. There you go. Nice and strong. Make a ball now. There. Okay. Take a container, sprinkle with flour, put the ball in. We're going to cover and let it proof for about 3 hours in a warm place. There you go. After 3 hours, we are going to make the bread, let it proof again, and that's going to be our bread. Okay, so 3 hours passed by, our dough has risen, as we can see. So now we are going to fold it a couple of times and shape it to put it here for the final raising. So in order to do that, Sprinkle some flour. Okay. Take it out. There. Okay. Now we use our hands to work it. We are going to flatten this and fold it a couple of times, like this. One thing I didn't mention before, if while kneading the dough, it results in being too dry, you can add some water. Be careful when adding water, because you want to add it very slowly and let it absorb before adding new water. Because it's very easy to add too much water, especially if you do a mix of flour, like bread flour and whole wheat flour. That will change the amount of water. So 300 grams of water is to be considered with just bread flour, white flour. If you add some whole wheat flour, you may want to add a little bit of water, maybe 10 more grams, something like this. This is just a consideration. Alright, this is nice and flat. I'll fold it, and we'll think one time. 1, 2. Okay, once our dough is nice and flat, we are going to make the bread. And by making the bread, we are rolling this part all over. I will try to go on this side so you can see exactly how it's done, hopefully. Press, 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 turn it, press, 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 turn it. There you go. You keep going until you reach the end. You will feel that the dough will get stronger and stronger while you make the bread shape. Almost done. Okay, now pinch it at the bottom, like this. Alright. There you go. And here's our bread loaf. Okay. I'm gonna put the bread loaf on a piece of parchment paper, like this. Cover it, and cover with the plastic wrap, and then let it raise again in a warm place. In about 3-4 hours, see how the dough is risen. Okay, it's been 4 hours and our bread is ready for the oven. Take a look at the bread. Look how it did proof. Nice. So, before putting in the oven, we are going to make the cuts. I have here a blade, a razor blade. If you don't have a razor blade, you can use a very sharp knife, really sharp. So you can either do a cut like this or 3 cuts like this way. I'm going to do this way because that's how I like it. Okay, cuts are done. Bread has to cook 1 hour in the oven, half an hour at 360 degrees, and another half an hour at 340 degrees. In the oven I have a little cup with some water so it gets moisture in the oven and will help not to get too thick of a crust. Ah, there it is, beautiful. Look at that. Nice and crunchy. Perfect. Okay, we let it cool down on a cookie rack, and when it's done, when it's cooled down, we're gonna cut it and see inside. Beautiful. Okay, our bread is cooled down. Let's cut it and see inside. Oh, nice and crisp. Alright, this is how it looks inside. See? Soft and just beautiful. Alright, this is it for the bread. I hope you can make a delicious bread. Let me have your feedback, and I will see you in the next recipe.